wanted to say hi, you guys. I think I got like a few people on here. So good to see you. Um, I was thinking about doing some kind of like online readings. Oh, hey, Allie's there. Kim should be with us shortly. I'm here. Okay, so I thought I'd like do some like little tarot reading kind of stuff. Uh, I have to just comment on what's going on in the world. Hello. Um, it's kind of crazy, right? Like everything's just crazy right now. But I talk to people. I've been doing readings all day. I do readings yesterday. I've been doing readings all week. I haven't stopped. I'm still going to continue to do readings for people, whether they're online every once in a while. Hi. Every once in a while, people want to come in person. And, when it comes to grief and stuff, I don't care about cooties as much as I care about people making sure they get what they need when it comes to connecting with their loved ones. But the interesting thing is that one is that the people that I'm talking to, like, we're not talking about this. So it's just really interesting to me that all this stuff is going on in the world, but we're all still dealing with our daily problems and our grief and our struggles. And, like life doesn't stop because of a pandemic. And so, I always am like, just be safe and all that other good stuff. Cause I'm one of those people with like a weakened immune system. But I don't know, it's just odd because the rest of the world doesn't. It just seems like when you watch the news, it's very fearful and oh my God, all this stuff is happening. But when I'm just talking to regular people, they're just worried about their own lives and how things are going to go. So I just want to say that. And yes, I do have cooties, or I don't want to get cooties, but I have my own brand of cooties. So, but I thought I'd do like some online tarot readings. So I've been doing readings all day, so I'm not necessarily connecting with loved ones at the moment. But I was thinking I might get on and do some more of these more often. Not the tarot readings, just like all the readings in general. And kind of, I always say like I'm going to do more videos and stuff, and then I never do. And so, but I have someone to shoot some videos for me eventually, and eventually I'll kind of get on top of that. But for now, let's do some readings. So this is, I'm using this tarot deck. Ta-da! You can't even really see it because, that's just the light because I'm facing a window. So this is the tarot deck I'm using for any of you tarot peeps out there who like this. It's called the Golden Tarot. It's probably like one of my favorites because it's really interesting. The cards, like on them, see, like maybe I should teach a tarot class one day. But you see like the cards, like the lady, it's like a medieval kind of painting, and then they added the swords. And so my understanding is that these are like a bunch of old medieval paintings that were found that aren't necessarily like things with some big value to them, and they were put into this tarot deck, and then they added the wands and they added the swords and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool deck. I really dig it. And I wanted to use it to like do some online readings for you guys. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. I'll do a few of them. So maybe like 3 of them. The cool thing about tarot is that it happens really fast, and I can just kind of figure out where I am or what I'm doing really fast. So when it comes to loved ones, it's a little different because there's such a need from people watching that it's just hard to kind of like narrow it down to where it needs to go. But for this, I can do this. So if you guys if you want me to do some readings for you, or if you're open to that, all I ask is that you give me a topic and then I'll pick somebody out. So don't say, should I quit my job, or will my husband leave me? Just say work or love or something. Cause I like to make sure that I'm tuned in before I actually like give the reading. Like I want to make sure that I'm on track, especially if there's any guidance or anything. So I see someone that says career, okay, work, money. Yes, please. Love, family. Okay. So there's a couple people that I know. So I'm just going to say that if I know someone, I'm just going to mention that, just to be fair, that like, oh, I know that person, or yeah, like, you know what I mean? So just to be honest about it, there's a couple of people on here that I know. Hey, let's talk to Ken. We're going to do a few of these, okay? So if you don't get picked right away, just watch this, how it kind of works, and I'll show you some cards and how I'm getting what I'm getting, because I'm using my intuition, but I'm also using cards. I love tarot cards. They're fascinating to me. And so let's talk to Ken. Ken says work, so we're going to talk about work for you, Ken. And then we'll just kind of go from there and move on to the next person. So save your topics for now. And then we'll go on. So let me talk about Ken. So, and then Ken, I just need a little bit of like, I'll ask you things like, is this true? Does this make sense? And so I just, will ask you that as we go along. So let's talk to Ken. Okay. So Ken, you tell me if this is true, all right? Because I feel like actually there was a time in the recent past that maybe you felt like the world was at your feet, or right in front of you with work, like everything was going to be fine, is my sense in the last few months. And even now you feel like everything's going to be fine. But I see you moving forward. And I'm not talking about all this coronavirus stuff, okay? I'm just talking about your experience or what's going on for you, because my sense is that moving forward in the future, you're actually considering some kind of a change. And that change, I keep seeing like the coins around it. So I feel like it would also induce some kind of monetary change as well here. And so I'm getting that too. But I feel like you're leaning in that direction, but not necessarily fully committed to that direction. And maybe this stuff going on right now is kind of holding you back or causing you a little like, concern or whatever. But I still feel like there's this thing about like moving forward. And should I move forward? Is anything going to change where I'm at? Is there any more opportunity? Anything's going to change? But I feel like there's part of you that's dedicated to leaving or being on your way already, even though maybe you haven't quite turned in a notice or anything like that. So it's not, I'm not really getting so much quitting as finding or getting something new coming to you. And I keep seeing money with it. But right now, you must be kind of concerned that not everything is gonna sending my resume out to different companies. Okay. So right now you must be like a little concerned that not everything is going to come together. But that's not the feeling that I'm getting. I'm getting the feeling that they will come together, and I'm looking at like a future outline of about like 3 months here. So it's within the 3 months of things coming together as far as your work stuff, as far as you getting a job. And I feel like you told me, you said you sent out some resumes, but I feel like there's also this thing here about, that was really funny. This actually came up in a reading yesterday. And I said this yesterday, and I said it, and then it's coming back to me. So the thing is it's really interesting about when we send our resumes out, because, there's that cover letter that goes with it, where you're like, yeah, I'm interested in your company or whatever. And I feel like, your resume is what you can do, but the cover letter is who you are. And you need to fill in a little bit of who you are, and also some stuff about your job history as well, because I see like little gaps or in there. And so it's something about like explaining those in the most simplest way possible in a cover letter. And I feel like that will get you some more notice, or it will help. So I just want to say those things to you, and I'll ask you, what do you think about that? Does that resonate with you? Before I move on to another person. But these readings happen really fast. And so I kind of like that, because it's like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So let me just hear from Ken again. And this thing about the cover letter seems to be important. So I just kind of want to mention that part. But okay, thank you. Okay, awesomeness. So just know, Ken, that job stuff is coming up for you, and you're going to be fine. And try the cover letter thing. I feel like that's important. So just make sure that you add that little piece of you into that, because I feel like that is your strongest quality, is who you are, and you're good in an interview. So I just want to say that. Now, just to kind of tell you guys how I got that or where that came from. So part of it was my intuition, but part of it is these tarot cards that I'm using. So the tarot card that I used, you're very welcome. So the tarot card that I used to like see his past is the World card. And that card just tells me he felt like everything was fine. A few months ago, everything was going to be fine. Right now, when I'm looking at this, this is a card. It's the Four of Wands, I believe. Yes. And so that's really about like that feeling of Sunday morning, that feeling of like everything's going to be okay. And then I feel like, so then I go into like future or 3 months out or something like that. And if any of you guys watched me do the last one, I went out a little further than that. I did 6 months, 9 months, a year, because sometimes that's called for, but it wasn't necessarily called for in the case of Ken. So then I had in the future prediction or 3 month prediction, the cards fell like this. So I have like a Knight of Pentacles, which is upside down. It looks like that. And then I have a, whoops, let me see, Page of Pentacles or Page of Coins is what it says. But these two cards together told me that he was working on things, and that within the next 3 months, some kind of monetary stuff, or he'll feel like everything's kind of coming together. However, the cover letter thing was something entirely different. Cover letter thing came from my intuition and something I talked about yesterday with a client. So I just wanted to kind of like show you guys how it works as I'm doing this, because, you know, I don't feel like I'm like super different than anyone else. And so there's just little things that you can do to help you connect with your own intuition, and even reading your own tarot cards and stuff. And so, all right, so we're moving on to another topic. Let me check the comments here. Easy like Sunday morning. Yes, very easy like that. And I used to have a picture on the cover photo of my Facebook that said, is it like, hello, is it me you're looking for? And then someone had put all the lyrics to that song in a little, I just thought that was hilarious. Okay, so let me see her. Lifestyle. Crystal says lifestyle. Buying a house, love. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Hi, Linda. Diana, I know that's you. Empath, new house. Something new. Diana, I'm going to tell you this about your dreams. But this is not with the tarot cards. This is just something that I'm getting. You have some crazy like prophetic dreams or something like that happening. Is that true? Like you've got some crazy like shit happening in your dreams. So I haven't talked to her about this, just so you know, but I just happen to know who she is because I've known her for a long time. And I just wanted to comment on that. So yes. Okay. So, and this is Simple Girl 0103. Sorry to out you. That's Diana. And but the reason I'm saying this is because you have some crazy like prophetic dream stuff happening right now. But I would also like caution you to temper that stuff with what's going on in the world, because it's almost like your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are kind of in a fight. And so some of it seems like really legit and like, oh my God, this can happen. And then other stuff, it's kind of like a little wacky or whatever. So I just want to say that to you because I feel like you are in the process of like an evolution or something with dreams, with your spirituality, with all of that, and keep following that. But know that not everything you're dreaming is 100% accurate, because it feels like it's really prophetic, like, oh my God, this is happening. But then there's just the other side of it where I'm like, some of it is just your subconscious mind. So I just want to let you know that. Now, let me see here. We've got all this. Hey, L Lovely, or whoever that is, asked about love. And she was right before when Simple Girl said yes. And I think I'm going to talk to you about love, my dear. And so let's see here. What's up? What's happening here? All right. So I'm going to pull cards again. so that we can use a little tarot, because this is like my secret hobby or something I love. And even when I do phone readings, sometimes I do this like behind the scenes, and I don't necessarily like show people, because when I do readings and people come here, I don't use cards or anything. So every once in a while when I get a chance to use them, it makes me all happy and excited. Okay, so let's talk about love for a lovely Lauren. Okay. So let's see her. So I'm going to pull the cards first, and then I'm going to read them. And then, oh, this is freaking awesome, though. This is awesome. So, Lauren, I feel like there's something about you in the last few months going through like some kind of transformation, is my feeling. So it's almost like you've ended a pattern or ended something in the last few months. Maybe you've ended a relationship or ended something that you were doing something you were doing, you stopped a pattern or you ended something, is my sense. So maybe you stopped seeing someone, or just you stopped. You were like, F this, I'm done. And so, sorry. But that's just my sense here, right? So I feel like you're like, F this, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And so right now in the present, I feel like you're open to love, or I keep getting like a brand new, fresh start, or something coming to your love life. So you might be looking for or having a crush on someone, or feeling kind of like you've come back to life in some way. But like whatever that was that you ended, that was brilliant. And so I just want to say that was weighing you down. So whether it's a behavior or a relationship, I'm not sure, but I'm just telling you, good job on that. And right now, though, I feel you like coming to life again, or getting your breath back or something. So I want to say that something's going on right now, whether you're talking to someone or just dating, or, I mean, how do you date right now, basically, because the cooties are everywhere. But I feel like you're talking to someone, or there's some kind of connection already happening. So maybe it's just that you've put yourself out there. Maybe you've just put yourself out there, is what I want to say. So that's what I'm feeling in the now. But when I look at you moving forward in the future, it seems like something's happening soon. So I would just ask you, what you like. It's almost like something's coming, like you've already begun the journey or something. So I feel like you've connected with someone, or maybe you're talking to someone new, or connected with someone. And I feel like, though, I keep getting that what's coming up for you is someone that is actually like going to be helpful to you, like not someone you have to take care of, but someone that takes care of you, is kind of my sense. I feel like you're hungry for that, or you're like waiting, and you've been waiting for a long time, is my sense. And I don't know what this past thing was, or this past behavior, but it's so good that you just kind of let that shit go. So good for you. And then I would also tell you that moving forward, though, I feel that there is someone already connected to you that's going to be an awesome resource for you, or someone to help you. And I also see, though, like that romantic or intimate connection here, is what I want to say. So I feel like it's more like a relationship, is what I would tell you, like a very intimate relationship, or someone very close to you, someone that you would be very attracted to. So I just want to kind of throw that out there. So what do you think, L Lovely, about what I've said? I see you said yes, true. But anything else about what I said about this person who's maybe already connected to you, or someone maybe you've started a discussion with or started talking to, but it feels like a crush or like brand new, is my sense. So, and it could just be you dating. I'm not exactly sure. But I'll just wait to hear from you till the chat fills in. But hopefully you guys like these readings, because I really like doing this. And it's a little more like me, instead of having to tell people that I'm not talking to their dead people, because that really sucks when you like know everyone wants to connect with someone, and it's just kind of hard. It's just kind of hard to do. So let's see. Yes, true. Let go of a relationship that was toxic. Hell's yes. Not really talking to anyone new. Okay. So here's the thing. I feel like your heart is a flutter, or there's something kind of going on right now. So whether you're not talking to someone new, that's fine. Maybe you're just dating, but something seems to happen really quickly for you. And I don't know why I'm like going into this whole like, oh, it'll be intimate and it will be like a partner for you or someone that helps you out. But I feel like they're actually like a good, you dreamed of meeting someone new. Okay. So I'm just telling you something's coming up for you, lady. And I'm going to tell you to keep an eye out, because I feel like dating, or you're ready to put yourself out there, and it's so good that you ended that last relationship or whatever, because that was really shitty. And so I'm going to show you the cards that I used to come up with that. So the card that I used for her past, ta-da, it's the death card. So I knew something ended, but I also got the feeling that there was some kind of transformation for Elle Lovely, or Lauren, it's Lauren. There was some kind of transformation for her through that ending. So people often look at the death card as like this horrible card, but it's not, because it's like a forest. You know, like there's forest fires, but then within a year, there's like new growth. And so this is the thing that's happening with Lauren here, is that she is in this period of new growth. So that death card is not bad at all for her. It's about transformation and growth and all that other good shit. And then her current state is this card, which is the Ace of Cups. And that particular card is about a fresh new start, or a fresh new perspective on love, because it's cups, and cups is always about that. And then I have to say, okay, so then I get these two other cards. So I get the Star, which is a major arcana card. And then I got this card, which is the Ace of Coins, or Ace of Pentacles. And hold on a sec, guys. I got to get my water. Wait a minute. All right. So those two cards, the Star is really about finding resources, or finding what you want or what you wish for, finding that. And then the other part of that Ace of Pentacles card, I hate to say it this way, but this is the way I'm going to say it, is that's like the hookup card, or that's just what I associate with that when I bring that card up in relationships. So whoever this is, you would also have a very physical connection with, is what we'll call it. There'll be some intimacy there, but it will be a good person who will help you out. That's kind of my sense. So I just want to say that to Lauren. I'm glad you had a dream about meeting a new person. Sorry to get all detailed about that particular card, but it's a good card for what you're needing. You know, like I feel like you just need that. So I just want to throw that out there. Now, I'll do one more. And I'll tell you the cards at the end to kind of help you with this. And if there's any of you guys that, you know, like tarot cards are kind of hard to learn, because there's 78 cards and you got to learn what they all mean. And it isn't something that necessarily is easy to remember. But the way I was taught the tarot cards is like in the form of a story, like a life story. I had an awesome teacher. Her name was Val. I don't know where she is now, but I love that lady. She was such a good teacher. And so, anyway, so the cards, you learn them in story form. But if you are not like, oh my God, I want to learn the tarot, because not everybody wants to learn the tarot. But there's other decks, and I have a ton of them here, is that there's like, let me get one. Let me just find one. Anyone? Okay. So I'm grabbing this one. So there's these things, they're called oracle cards. And so they're a little easier. And they generally come with like a book or something to help you. So like these are the Sacred Destiny cards by Denise Linn. And they work exactly the same as the tarot deck, but they're a little more user-friendly. And they have this interesting book that comes with them. Tarot cards sometimes come with a book, but the thing about tarot is you've got to learn it, like live it, learn it. So like I journaled and stuff forever in order to kind of understand how my tarot cards work. So, all right, so let's talk here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Whoops. You see my bookmark? Keep calm and read on. Someone got me that for a gift. All right. So let's see here. All right. So go ahead. And you know what else I think I'm going to do? I am also going to do a little like what's going on in the world reading now that I think about it. So I'll grab one more and then I'll do that. And so let me see what I got here. All right. Love interest, nursing school plan. Karen Quintana, give it a few more months. That will happen. I just saw that. I don't even have the cards out. I just want to tell you, give that a few more months. Okay. Followed you on Facebook a whole ago. Oh, I'm assuming you meant a while ago. Okay. All right. Okay. Ariel S. Family. That's the one that I'm drawn to at the moment. So that one's a little more complicated. That's why I like to keep it vague so that I can kind of see what's happening here. So Ariel S. Family. I'm going to pull some cards for you. Man. Okay. Here's the thing, Ariel, when you ask me about family, I'm assuming you might be talking about your family of origin or your, not necessarily about you having a family, but what I tune into is your actual family, like your family of origin or something like that. So I want to see if you want to know about that or if you're talking about something else, because there's something here really important about family with you, and that's why I picked you out. I just don't know what it is, but I don't think everything's all rainbows and lollipops right now about whatever you're asking for. So just give me a little feedback on that. Like, do you want to know about your family of origin? Do you want to know if you're going to have a family? Do you want to know about a family that you live with? Because I keep getting this thing about like family of origin, or family is not necessarily all, it's not all rainbows and lollipops. That's what I want to say. So you just let me know, Ariel, and then we'll just go from there. I'm reading all your topics. It takes me a minute to read them. So, all right. And now I'm just gonna Queen of Water. You said your ex is coming in. You mean like, is he coming, or is it that ex still like on your mind or showing up in your life or something like that? I'm just gonna pull that other one. Yes. Okay. So here's the thing, he's thinking of you. I just want you to know that he's thinking of you. And that seems to be, let's go with family of origin. Okay, Ariel S., your family of origin, is there something about in the past you've tried to like learn how to deal with things, and now things are, it's like you're changing your perspective right now based on some words that were shared or something like that. And then now it's like, don't worry, Queen of Water, I'll get right back to you. But now I see you like intuitively kind of struggling a little bit or something. Like it doesn't seem easy. Like, you know, like I talked about love with that one girl, and it's like, yeah, that's going to happen. Yay. The job's going to happen. Yay. Your family seems a little more complicated than that. So I just want to kind of say that first. And see what you have to say about that, because it seems like this is a much more complex issue. Queen of Water, this person is thinking about you. That is my sense. I feel like there's someone very much like connected to you, thinking about you, showing up, like they're there with you. The energetic connection is crazy here. But soulmates aren't necessarily always people that we end up with. You know, sometimes soulmates are people that we learn a lot about ourselves with, or we grow with. So I just want to say that, Ariel, yes, dark and twisty. Okay. And yes, I know he is a soulmate. Okay. So Queen of Water, apparently I'm going to read you too. I'm going to finish up with Ariel, and then I'm going to move to you. Okay. So Ariel, your family's a hot mess. All right. Dark and twisty, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like that there's something with this never meant to stay, but I keep coming in my energy. Okay, I'll get back to you. Give me just a moment. So, Ariel, let's talk here. So, I feel like you, with your family of origin, are kind of like you've seen, like you tried to learn how to deal with them. And now you are, after like an exchange of words or something like that, you've really kind of come to a new perspective on things. And I feel like in the future, it's almost like you've got to listen to your own stuff because there's still going to be some chaos connected to your family of origin. It's like they have some like they still have to grow up or something. I don't know how else to say that, but I just, that's just what it feels like. There's some growing up that needs to be done in your family. And I feel like it's right for you to like almost like set your own path, set your own way in the world, like set off on your own adventure. Would be my sense, because I don't know that your family of origin is always the most supportive. So sorry if any of them are watching as I'm doing this, but that's what I would say. It's start off on your own path in your own direction. You don't necessarily have to be as connected to them as maybe you have been in the past, is what I would say to you. I'm not saying that there isn't an opportunity that maybe they'll heal later on or something will get better, but right now, not in the next 3 months, that is for sure. And then I feel like 6 months from now, there's some like event or something that brings your family together and it kind of sets the tone and you're like, nah, I don't know if I want to keep up with this. So Ariel, any feedback you'd like to give me would be awesome. And then Queen of Water, let me see. He never meant to stay, but he keeps coming in my energy. Okay. So here's the thing about whoever this person is. I kind of think he's thinking of you. So I mean, I think he's thinking of you, and that's why he keeps showing up, because you guys have some, I know you said you've seen him in dreams or talked to him in the astral plane or something, but I feel like it's your souls are talking, because your souls are old friends. So even though like shit happens and relationships happen and then they go bad and whatever, it doesn't mean that your souls aren't connected. It doesn't mean that your souls aren't old friends. So I just want to tell you that. And let you know that he is, I know you've met him in real life. It just took me a minute to figure out what you were saying, but he is, well, I mean, he has to meet you in real life because he's an ex. And so, but the thing is that I know he's thinking about you. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you hear from him shortly or something like that. So he might not want to be in your life, but he's a soulmate and your souls are old friends, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be with him. But I do feel like he's going to reach out to you or something. So I'm still just waiting to hear back from Ariel, you guys, and just kind of show you some stuff here as he's in a relationship. Okay. Yeah. And that's okay. That doesn't change a single thing, because, sometimes people are in relationships and they think of other people. And so that's totally legit. I just feel like he's thinking of you for some reason. And I don't know what that reason is, but it doesn't look like he's necessarily like, oh, I want to leave and be there or something. I just know he's thinking of you. And I feel like all the little signs and things that you're seeing are really just his connection, to you. So I haven't heard back from Ariel yet. But I thought I would just tell you how I came to that conclusion. So the card for 3 months or whatever is the 3 of Pentacles. So I know that Ariel must have worked or tried to, I don't know, like try to get along with people or try to figure things out. And then when I look at, there we go. I think I understand. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of continue with this a little bit, Ariel, and hopefully maybe this makes more sense, or you're welcome to ask me a question. If you think something I'm saying is wrong or doesn't make sense to you, you're welcome to ask me. But the present situation, I feel like, so I got the Hangman and the Page of Swords, which to me means words were exchanged that have caused you to change your perspective about something. So, and then when I'm looking at what's coming up in the next 3 months, I saw this Five of Wands, and you can see the people in the cards kind of like pushing each other, or it's a five, and usually fives are not necessarily awesome. I think you're talking about my biological dad. Okay. And so it just seems like in the future, if you're trying to make a connection with him, I would tell you to trust your intuition, because I don't know that he is in the best place for a relationship with you, is what I would tell you. And then when I look about this, like moving into 6 months, I keep feeling like, so this card is the Hierophant, but to me, it looks like some kind of event or something will happen where you'll have to be connected to him. And then I keep getting this thing about like the Magician, make your own way. You don't necessarily have to be connected to him or something, but I think at some point you must have thought that you had to be connected to him. So that's what I would tell you. Hopefully that resonates a little. Now that you said it was your biological father, sometimes I can just add in a little bit of detail there. But lastly, I thought I would just do one little reading on like what's going on in the world right now. And okay, so I'm going to do this past, present, future as well. Oh, okay. So, all right, this is very interesting because I was just kind of thinking of like what's going on. Okay, awesome, Ariel. I'm glad I was able to help, and hopefully that last little part provided some clarity. But this is what I'm getting. I feel like in the past, and here we have the temperance and the journey, everyone thought everything was fine. All right, obviously not everything's fine because there's, people killing each other and famine and war and all that other shit. But for the most part, I feel like as far as leadership goes, as far as the world goes, we all thought everything was just fine. And then, oh, you didn't like that face I made. Well, you'll see why here in just a minute, because it's what's happening now. That's where I'm like, when I look at it now. So I see the King of Cups right there. And then I also see the Nine of Cups or Nine of Coins. So that's Nine of Pentacles. So right now, everyone's kind of resting. You can see even in this card, just looks like she's chilling out, whatever. But this King of Cups, it generally symbolizes like an end of a relationship or an end of a way of being. So everything's changing basically right now. Everything's changing. Now, when I look at the outcome in 3 months, that's really interesting. Because I get the King of Wands and the Lovers card, which isn't necessarily about romantic love. I mean, it depends on the context of the question, but this question certainly had nothing to do with romantic love. But when I'm looking at this, the King of Wands is that tells me that we will most likely as a people, as a nation, because I'm really just thinking about the United States. I mean, I know there's the whole world, but I'm thinking about here and the things that affect the people that are watching. And so it's almost like people in leadership become a lot more like rigid. And so there's a lot more rigidity there. And the people that are on the other side of it, like us, who are participating in this or watching life kind of unfold this way, have to really kind of get to a point where we stand up and make the decision to like, I don't know, I don't want to say like be more adults, but adulting or growing up or something like that, like having to get to this really important point where it's like, what are we going to do now? Because nothing's worked. And so I think obviously more people are going to die from this. I don't particularly feel like anything, like I feel safe or something. And so I don't know, that's just me. But I would just tell you that stay away from things that are causing you to feel more fearful or panicked, and just get connected to regular life stuff, because that's really where it's at. I mean, life's really just about the experience. So it's how you experience it. And if you want to experience it in fear, that's lovely. But if you want to experience it in peace and just kind of knowing everything's going to be okay and clarity, I would say do that too, because that is more like in the vibe of life or whatever. So, you have love and you have fear. And if you live in fear and that's how you choose to experience life, you'll just keep bringing more of that shit to you. But if you live in like this place of like where you're trying to connect or be with other people and just kind of like help and love and all that other beautiful stuff, you bring more of that to you. So I would just tell you that, and let me read some comments. All right. Feel like it's a cleansing going on. I'd say you're right. I'm looking forward to the new world and good changes. It's very chaotic. I feel the planet needed a wake-up call on judgment. You know what? I think that is 100% accurate. And I'm going to tell you this. In the news, like the last 5 years have been really like fear-based bullshit. Like this person can't come into this state, or this person is like they're bad and these people are good and all that bullshit. The beauty of this virus is it does not discriminate. So everyone is hit with this. Every country, every corner of the world is hit with this virus, and it doesn't discriminate. So when we're in fear, we start to discriminate or think that, oh, this is going to get me, or that's going to get me, or these people are taking our jobs, or these people are doing this and whatever. And none of that is true, because we're all people and we all need help sometimes. So discriminating against people because they need assistance is bullshit. And so this particular disease makes it so that everybody needs help, and that the help that they're getting is coming from the collective group of people that are out there kind of praying and putting that good juju out in the world and stuff. And so if you are one of those people, I urge you to continue to do that. And if you've considered it but thought, oh, that's crazy, do it anyway, because sending love out to people can't hurt anyone. So let me just see here what you guys said. Exactly. All right, cool. Come together. You guys, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what I always say, like the people that are attracted to you are people that are like in the same vibe. So y'all are in the same vibe. So that's beautiful. But anyway, I'm glad I got to do this, and I did readings all day, so I'm wiped. So I'm getting ready to go home, to leave my office. This is my actual office part. And so in the other room is where I do readings in person. And then right in this chair that you can't see is where I do them on Zoom and Skype. And I'm still doing all those readings. So if you want to get one, you're welcome to. I'm not stopping doing readings, because I can't. It's what I love. So here we are, talking on YouTube for 45 minutes. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. And I appreciate all of you tuning in and like paying attention to my nonsensical chatter. And I will do another reading soon. I don't want to say when, because then I never do it. So I'm just going to surprise you, and you'll get another Facebook notification. And for you guys who got readings, thank you so much for opening up and allowing me to connect for you. And I know I didn't do loved ones today, but I just didn't feel like it. I felt like talking about psychic stuff. So awesome. And I hope you guys all have a great day.